Boyer's just snacking. Oh, yeah. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another Furry Friday Live. We've got Boyer here, just munching.
Snacking on some carnivore.
It is a cloudy, rainy day in Regina, Saskatchewan, which is kind of gloomy, but also kind of needed. I'm excited for the dust to be washed away.
Yeah. And it was getting too hot. So.
It was getting
humid.
It was getting very, very humid. It was not fun to walk to and from work in the humidity.
Good for the farmers too.
Yes, very good for the farmers. Hopefully everyone that we're saying this to is finished seeding. But good for the farmers who have finished, bad for the ones who haven't. But we can't all win, I guess. My family's finished seeding, so I can rejoice in the rain. All right, well, today we're going to be talking all about our new raw brand, Artisan Raw. Last week, Olivia and I were on talking about all our new products, but we hadn't had our training course Q&A session with Stefan of Artisan Raw, and we did yesterday. So today we wanted to fill you in on all the deets. I've got my info sheets and all the goods, so we can go over all that awesome stuff, and we'll have all the questions open for you guys as well. So you can shoot us questions about Artisan Raw, about anything that we talk about today, because we'd love to answer all your questions, especially when it's a new brand that you don't really know about. We'd love to field those questions and answer them for you.
Perfect. So, yeah. We also have some housekeeping though, I think, before we get into everything. So the big one being tomorrow, Bright Eyes is going to be here. So
we're so excited.
Be puppies in the store.
Oh my gosh, we're so excited. From 12 to 3 tomorrow. If you're in Regina, Saskatchewan, stop by the shop to see the puppies. Oh my gosh. Very, very, very excited.
Maybe even adopt one if you're looking into adopting. All these puppies need amazing homes, so we love being able to bring any of the rescues into the store, so it's always fun when puppies get to come, and hopefully we can help them find their forever homes. So
yeah, if you're looking to foster, if you're looking to adopt, if you're looking to donate, or just figure out more information, our rescues here in Regina are pretty swamped right now, so any little bit helps. Any little bit of effort that our community can put in to support them is a good thing. So stop on by, first and foremost, to pet the puppies, though, because they deserve the love. We also have Saturday, June 3rd, our Pride Party. So June is Pride Month, so we'll be doing a party Saturday, June 3rd, with some treats for the pups and some other awesome stuff. So stop on by, watch out for some more information about that one. But yeah, we're very excited to start off Pride Month with a party. So hopefully everyone can come out and celebrate that. We're doing another Hop University. Our third Hop University course will be at the end of June. Also, wait for some more information on that. I'm not allowed to spill too many beans. I always spill the beans on everything, so keeping it on the down low. So yeah, we'll have a Hop University. Stay tuned for what that will be all about. I believe it will be a week long though again, so another long university course. And for everyone who always is just asking me over and over to make a quiz, because all of you want to be tested at the end of it, I've made a test for the next Hop University. So if you're excited to answer some questions and get a quiz at the end, I've got that planned for everyone.
It'll be good. It'll help you remember all the information, especially for a week-long one. It'll be helpful to keep track of all the information that you learned all week long.
Yes, exactly. So no pressure, not graded, everything's fine. It's just like a little fun thing at the end. Don't stress out if you're stressed. Sorry, university students who are in finals right now. It's fine, it's okay, everything's gonna work out. And then we have a Canada Day event coming up on Friday, June 30th.
Just before Canada Day.
Just before the day before Canada Day.
Whoa.
Wow, interesting. But yeah, we're going to have some food for the humans. I don't know if I'm allowed to say all the deets on that one, so I won't.
Probably not. You'll get in trouble.
I will get in trouble. Okay, so just be excited.
There's lots of fun events coming, and we'll share them as they come up. But the big one being, if you're in Regina tomorrow, come by and pet some puppies from Bright Eyes and learn more about adopting and all that fun stuff. So let's jump into Artisan Raw.
Yeah, woo, we are so excited. Oh my gosh, I'm sure everyone saw our Instagrams of the freezer being delivered a few weeks ago, and then we had just an empty freezer sitting there for a while, but now it is full of Artisan Raw, an amazing company that we're really happy, we were really excited to bring in, something that we didn't have freezer space to even consider bringing in another raw brand, and now here it is, and we're very excited to have another option for pet parents out there. So
yeah, we always encourage variety, so
yes.
Every time we bring in another brand, it doesn't mean that we don't like our current brands. It just means that we have more options to rotate between. We can give our pups and our kitties a better variety in their diet, which is what we always want to do. So
exactly. So a little bit about Artisan. It is a Canadian company. We've got a lot of Canadian companies in our store, and here's another one. This is a husband and wife team. Stefan is a chef, and he created the line out of necessity for his own pup. His pup was going through some health issues. He was starting to feed raw, found out the raw he was feeding wasn't balanced, and got super interested in making that balanced, complete whole meal for his pup. And that is how Artisan came about. Just feeding the family dogs turned into a full-blown business, which is pretty awesome.
That's amazing.
Yeah, they started in Alberta, and their focus is on multi-protein blends. So as we'll go into in a little bit of their blends, they're all multi-protein. They've all got different protein sources, different, not just in like chicken and beef, but also egg. They've got a big variety of vegetables that they put into their mixes as well. So main focus on that rotation within a single meal.
Boyer's gonna go to sleep now.
Oh, sorry.
We're boring him.
Yes. What else were we talking about today? And we were boring him. Was it Artisan again?
Probably.
Wow. Wow. What a dog.
He's easily tired. It's okay.
Oh my gosh, I know. I wish we could all just have puppy naps in the store, but we can't. We're here. So yeah, I guess we could jump into the blends.
Yeah,
if we wanted to.
Do we want to see the box or?
Yeah, I'll go grab a little box.
We'll grab a box so you can see what the boxes kind of look like. But basically, they come in 3 sizes. So there's a 6-pound box, there's 18-pound boxes, and then there's 48-pound boxes. So those ones are going to be for the big guys out there. These are the only 48-pound. We're not going to show you the 48-pound.
No, I am not bringing
those.
Those
are heavy.
I'm so sorry.
This is one of the 6-pound boxes. But the 6-pound boxes, the 18-pound boxes, both come in 4-ounce puck shapes. So those are 1/4-pound patties, basically. So they're like little round patty discs. So it's perfect for portioning for small guys. The 48-pound boxes come in 2-pound patties. They're kind of like a brick shape. So easier for bigger dogs, easier serving. You don't have to take so many like little pucks out of the freezer if you have a bigger dog with the 48-pound boxes. So, and we carry most of them in all the sizes. We'll go through that as well. But
yeah. So the one I just showed you was their signature meal. So it's kind of the blend that started it all. It was called their complete. It's now complete signature blend. Yeah, what started it all. So that was the green box. They're all color coded. I have like little paw prints that have color coded them as well for those who love the color coding of the boxes. I do like that their boxes are color coded. I think that's a really easy way to pinpoint what you're looking at in the different sizes. But that was the signature blend. So we carry 6 of their blends. We have their signature, their hypoallergenic, turkey, pork, and coconut, puppy starter, duck, beef, and salmon, and PJ Raw, which is plain Jane Raw. I always get confused with peanut butter and jelly. That's not what it is. It's just PJ, plain Jane Raw. So we have those 6 of their blends. Like Nicole, I think I heard Nicole saying we don't have all of them in the 48-pound boxes, but we do have them all in the 6-pound boxes for you. They also have, which I almost forgot to mention, they also have 6-pound boxes of bones and beef tripe. So they come in 6-pound boxes. We have the rib bones right now, which come in a nice kind of jumbo 6-pound box for those of you who go through bones regularly with your pup. They also have beef neck bones, and they have beef tripe in the same 4-ounce puck shape of beef tripe as well. If you are one to add in extra beef tripe, or your pupper likes it extra, we have that for you as well. So that's pretty awesome. The signature blend, I guess we can start with, is I've got all the recipes written here just so that we don't have a bunch of food sitting at room temperature. I'm going to keep it all in the freezer. So I printed off their recipes here. So if anybody has any questions about a specific one, or they want me to reread one, I've got all that info here for us as well. So the signature blend is a chicken, beef, and salmon protein mix. They also add in some fruits and veggies, and something I find really, really cool is that they contain whole, fresh eggs, which we all know, and we talk about eggs a lot, about being a complete meal source, a great food balancer in your pet's meals. But they added in also as another source of protein. So like we said earlier, they're all about protein mixing and blending, and so eggs is just another protein option. It's also another calcium source. So they all contain bone in their blends, but egg is another source of calcium. So we get kind of that two different calcium sources, which we don't typically see in other recipes. So I think that's pretty cool to have the
Where
whole.
loves eggs.
Yeah, do you love eggs?
Eggs are great.
I just bought. I is terrible as a vegan, but I just bought a carton of eggs for my cats. It was the strangest thing I've done in quite a few years. But I'll be trying chicken eggs with my cats too, and see how they like them. But yeah, so that's super cool to have those added in to the signature blend. The signature is also, it is their kind of the one that started it all, so it's pretty plain. It's not plain Jane, but it's pretty plain in terms of the chicken, beef, and salmon mix, which is good for most dogs who don't have allergies. A great kind of either starter or mix in with all your others. But yeah, signature is also great for large dogs, because we do have that one in the 48-pound boxes. So if you have a really big dog and you're looking for one that we have in the 48-pounders, that is one of them. Awesome. The next one we wanted to talk about was their hypoallergenic blend, which is a poultry-free option. So no poultry in there, just beef and salmon. So for chicken allergies, turkey allergies, duck allergies, all those ones, that would be a great go-to. We also talked about yeast.
Yes,
for yeast issues in the hypoallergenic as well.
Because in the hypoallergenic blend, he uses a blend of fruits and veggies and stuff in most of them to balance them. Yeah. But the hypo one only has celery and then leafy greens blend. So there's no sugar producing like fruits and veggies in there. So like no carrots or apples or things like that. Yeah. Not that they're bad, just if we have a yeast issue that we're struggling with, this just helps cut back any sugar that we're producing in the body. Yeah. So we can prevent more yeast building up, and we don't have to feed the yeast. It just helps with allergies, it helps with yeast. Yeah. It's a good blend if we're kind of struggling with some things and we don't know where to start. Yeah. It's a good place to start.
That is also Artisan Raw's most recommended for cats as well. So if we have any cat parents who are watching right now, the hypoallergenic is their #1 choice for cat parents. I haven't tried it yet, but I won't be trying the 48-pound box with my cats. That would last them a very long time.
We worked it out. A 48-pound box would last a 10-pounder 192 days or something like that.
Yeah, that's quite a few days for my cats. Oh my gosh.
Probably just for the bigger guys.
Yeah, in the 48-pounders. But for cat parents out there, the 6 or 18-pound boxes of the hypo would be a really great fit. Our next one is the turkey. I have turkey, coconut, and coconut. It is turkey, pork, and coconut. I really really like this one.
I think this is really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I have it down, like if you ever come in store, I will have this posted. I'm very proud of my little infographic, my little colored paws. It shows kind of the, I will be backwards for you, so I'm very sorry about that. But it has kind of the main allergies and issues, and then the blends and kind of what they work best for. And the turkey, pork, and coconut is good for chicken allergies, poultry allergies, fish allergies, and beef allergies. So I guess it has turkey, so I have that in the wrong spot.
Oh, yeah.
Proofreading on the go. Dang it. But yeah, so it has no chicken and no beef and no fish. So if we have fish allergies and we're worried about anything like that, that is a really great go-to. Instead of using salmon, which they use in all their other recipes, they use coconut oil. So coconut oil is another omega source, which is amazing for those who have those fish allergies or for pets who highly oppose fish in recipes. This is a really awesome option for those pups. And I mean, my kitties and Boyer both love coconut, so I'd be really interested to try, see if Boyer likes the coconut one more, because he does like coconut. But yeah, we're really interested to know how the turkey, pork, and coconut one goes over, because it's a really cool blend. It also has, I was looking here, it has peppers, red peppers, wild blueberries, apples, and their leafy green mix. So it does have some extra veggies in there too, so it's kind of like a, I don't know, kind of like a really fun like veggie fruit mix with some protein added in. So I think that's super cool of that one. Also have it good for large dogs. So if some large dogs really like some extra fat content, like a little bit of a boost in that department, and that coconut would add a really great kind of complementary fat into their diet. So if you have a pupper who maybe likes higher fat proteins or higher fat meals, this turkey, pork, and coconut would be a great one to try, because we have that coconut oil in there, which is a really great fat source. So I had that written down as well. The next one I wanted to talk about was the puppy starter. So the puppy starter is geared toward dogs who are going to be 50 pounds or older as adults. So not geared toward Boyer, who's never going to meet 50 pounds ever, but geared toward those medium to large dogs who get them off on a good start. On their website, they have a really good kind of scale for how many months we want to be on the puppy starter before we move over to one of the other blends. But yeah, the puppy starter is ground meaty chicken bones, salmon frames, whole eggs, and tripe. So the way that Stefan had described it to us was it is mimicking that first puppy meals that they would get in the wild. They wouldn't go hunting, your pupper won't go hunting out for their own food for a little bit, so they'll be eating everything that mom finds and kills out in the wild and brings back those carcasses of mostly bones and organ. So, and that green tripe is also a really great source of those digestive enzymes and that bacterial flora, so it gets them exposed to those things early on. So it's kind of mimicking that that kind of natural instinctual feeding pattern that they would experience in the wild, bringing it to a convenient boxed form. So the puppy starter is pretty cool. Again, for puppies who are going to be 50 pounds and over as adults. I'm just noticing some questions coming in. And see what brand of food you're talking about. We're talking about Artisan Raw, Canadian company, which we had just got in. What is it called? So yeah, Artisan Raw is what we're talking about here. And then dogs are not domesticated. Dogs are domesticated and not in the wild. So we do have to take into consideration that our dogs are not wild anymore. They have been domesticated. They're back in our domesticated world, eating the food that we feed them. But their digestive tract and their anatomy mimics that of their ancestral canine roots. So we know that humans have I talk about this all the time because I think it's cool. Humans have very long, super windy, super slow digestive tracts. We've got, I don't know the high school stat. I think it's really cool where if you stretched out your intestines straight along, you'd go for like, I don't know how many kilometers, but a really long while. Whereas our kitties and our puppies, our felines and canines have on do not hear on Facebook side. Okay. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. I had actually started the live at 1 o'clock and I thought that I had figured everything out, but we don't go live till 2. And so I'm all frazzled on the phone, putting it on do not disturb, and then back to regular, and then back to do not disturb. So sorry about the phone call there. I was saying felines and canines have very short and acidic digestive tracts, which is similar to their wolf and feline ancestors. So we want to be cognizant of that when we're thinking about the biologically appropriate food that we're feeding our pets, which is why the puppy starter kind of mimics that. It gives them the nutrient options that they would have expected as puppies in the wild. So yeah, so I hope that answered your question. Great question, by the way. Next I wanted to talk about the duck, beef, and salmon blend. So again, another kind of hypoallergenic type blend in that it doesn't have chicken. So if we have chicken allergies, we can go with the duck, beef, and salmon too. Another fattier blend because duck is a little bit fattier. I've got it good for chicken allergies. It's also good for cats. So again, cat parents, you can feed the duck, beef, and salmon one to your kitties as well. So yeah, so that one is the duck, beef, and salmon blend, which I think is the only recipe that they have containing duck, which is pretty cool. If you don't have any allergies and you still want to rotate through the proteins, that one's a really great option to switch up the protein a little bit, switch up which poultry we're giving. We talked about it already today, and we talk about it a lot, that rotating proteins and rotating brands is super, super important for our pets. So even within brands, we want to be rotating those proteins as well. Even in an Artisan Raw, which already has the blends, totally awesome if we wanted to rotate between the blends too. So duck, beef, and salmon is another great option for those with chicken allergies or for those without allergies. And last but not least, we have PJ Raw, Plain Jane Raw. Still a complete and balanced meal, so we don't have to add anything to any of these recipes. They are full, complete, and balanced meals for our pets. But the Plain Jane Raw gives pet parents the versatility to kind of add whatever they want. Super plain, you can do your own mix-ins, your own add-ins. It has chicken, beef, and salmon. So not a whole lot. It also has their greens mix and stuff, but is super, super plain Jane. Super easy for you to add in your own things. Maybe you like to mix stuff in yourself, like your own fruit and veggie blends. Maybe you have organs that you are adding in. I just recently bought some chicken hearts and chicken liver and gizzard, along with the carton of eggs to try it with my kitties to see if they would like some of those horribly disgusting things to me. But I'll try, see if they like them. If that's something that you are adding into your pet's meal, Plain Jane is an awesome option to mix things up a bit, give yourself some room to experiment and try all these new things. So yeah, so those are the 6 recipes or blends. Hi guys. And then, what else was on my list to talk about? I have down hop thoughts. So, I mean, I've already covered it, but rotating proteins and rotating brands is super important. So we're super happy to have another brand in store that our pet parents and us can rotate through with our kitties. Our kitties and our puppies. I'm very biased toward cats. So sorry about that. But through our puppies and our kitties, as you all know and have heard from me all the time, I rotate through all of the brands I can rotate through and all of the proteins I can rotate through because my kitties love that rotation. They go on hunger strikes if they've been eating the same thing for too long. So adding another option in is great. It gives your pets an opportunity to try something new, especially for younger pets. Feeding a rotating source of proteins and a rotating source of brands is awesome to get them away from creating those long-term pickiness issues or long-term like taste preferences. It's like if I started out eating only McDonald's every single day, I probably won't be eating at Subway anytime soon. But if I started off eating a bunch of different things, I'm probably gonna be okay with trying some new stuff and I'll have a larger palate. So same with our pups, wanting to give them all the textures and proteins and smells and tastes right off the bat is super important. So Artisan Raw being in our store is another great choice to start mixing those things through. And it's also a really great option for rotating proteins for those with chicken allergies. I did want to remember to highlight that we have 3 chicken allergy options with Artisan. So we have hypo with no chicken, turkey, pork, and coconut with no chicken, and duck, beef, and salmon with no chicken. So if chicken is the only issue for your pup, you still have three to go through, which is awesome. It's for, I mean, lots of the puppers who have chicken allergies sometimes have to like pick and choose between the brands that they're able to get food from. Artisan gives those 3 options alone to start mixing through, let alone changing up your brands and mixing in new things. So that's really awesome for those pet parents who have pets with chicken allergies. Those 3 options give them a lot of wiggle room, a lot of space to keep that rotation even with those allergies. I also wanted to talk about big dogs. So we kind of touched on it, but Artisan Raw now is the only brand that we have in store that has a 48-pound box. So as with most things, the larger in bulk you buy, the better the cost becomes. So it's more cost effective to buy larger quantities. So buying the 48-pound box, it can often be a better bet for those big pet parents, especially in terms of coming to the store. If you're one of those pet parents who has to come in every week because your big dog is eating mountains of food. We did the math on the PJ Raw, a 50-pound dog on a 48-pound box would have 38 servings in it. So you would have 38 days worth for a 50-pound dog, which is a little over a month. It is, we did kind of round the numbers a little bit, so it's a 38-ish servings per box, and that's if you're just feeding that alone with no toppers, no treats, no extras. So you get quite a good amount out of a 48-pound box for a 50-pound dog. If we did that for a 100-pound dog, you would get half of that, which is 19, I believe, if my math in my head is good enough, is 19 servings. So almost 3 weeks worth for a 100-pound dog who's eating quite a bit of food, a lot of food for a 100-pound dog. Again, that's without supplementation, like add-ons of fruits and veggies and other kind of whole fresh foods, which we all know who are watching, that can be 20% of our pets' daily diet can be whole fresh foods. The other 80% we need to be a complete and balanced meal. So that's pretty awesome. It's pretty cool to be able to have an option for the really big dogs out there and their families who are buying food regularly for their pups. This gives you an option to buy in a really large quantities for your really large pup. So I wanted to make sure I touched on that too. Supplementation and PJ Raw. So yeah, I already kind of touched on that we PJ Raw is full, complete, and balanced, even though it's called the Plain Jane. So you can feed it as is, but it does give you kind of that freedom. It's the Plain Jane. It gives you that that freedom to add in all of your extras and all of your fun toppings that maybe you add onto your pet's meal. Being the mad scientist in your kitchen, concocting up their daily dose of goodness, like I am at home, always switching things up and messing around with my pet's dish and trying to give them something new and fun. So I wanted to make sure I touched on that. And then I will just grab the math cards that we did, that Nicole did the math on the PJ recipe for a 10-pound dog and a 50-pound dog, just to give some ideas of what exactly a box is. I know I don't have a very good job of visualizing what 6 pounds means for my cats, so this is kind of a quick visual for you. So for a 10-pound dog or a 10-pound cat, the PJ would be a 6-pound box would give you 24 servings, so 24 days in a 6-pound box. In an 18-pound box, you would get 72 servings, and in a 48-pound box, you would get 192 servings for a 10-pound pet. So that is a lot of food for a 10-pound pet. That's kind of like something I can put in the back of my head. I've got 2 cats, they're both 10 pounds, so a 6-pound box would give me almost 2 weeks of food, which is pretty good, which is a pretty good amount that I typically buy in other brands, lasts me about the same, so pretty comparable. Then we did for a 50-pound dog, for the bigger pups, we also did the PJ Raw in our math. For a 50-pound dog, a 6-pound box would last 5 days, an 18-pound box would last you 14 days, and a 48-pound box would last you 38 days. So you're getting just about almost a week of food out of a 6-pound box, 2 weeks out of an 18-pound box, and oh my goodness, 4 to 5 weeks in a 48-pound box. My math isn't that good. That's why I have my math cheat sheets. But yeah, so hopefully that can give you kind of a better understanding of what a box means in the 6, the 8, and the 42 pounders. But yeah, so that's kind of our little math. The PJ Raw for a 50-pound dog would be just about $5 a day if you bought the largest box, and less than $1 a day for a 10-pound dog if you bought the largest box. So the larger you buy, the more in bulk you buy, the cheaper it gets with all of our brands. So 192 servings, probably not something, unless you have the freezer space. I mean, if you have the, sorry, I bumped back into Facebook. I hope I'm back in. Hello, Facebook. I hope I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, so if you have the freezer space, I mean, buy bulk. I buy bulk in things that I have the fridge and pantry and freezer space for, just because it's a little bit cheaper. But yeah, so I hope that was helpful. If you ever have any questions about like the boxes, or how much is in a box, or how much would I feed my pet, or anything like that, always give us a call, send us a message, stop by in store if you're in Regina, Saskatchewan. I am known to bring out the pieces of paper and the calculator and help do some of the math and the portioning in the store as well. So we are more than welcome to help you guys out, figure that out. Or if you're already feeding another brand and you wanted some help, like what's the differences between the two, or how do I transition between the two, or any of the questions like that, you can always come in. We'd love to have a conversation with you about that. What are you talking about? I'm talking about our new brand, Artisan Raw. This is all I actually had planned to talk about today, that and answering any of your guys' questions. But for those of you who are tuning in a little bit late, we do keep all of our videos, all of our Furry Friday lives are downloaded and uploaded onto our YouTube channel. So if you miss anything and you want to rewatch it, or you're just one of those people who likes to rewatch these things or take extra notes or anything like that, always go check us out on our YouTube channel. I'll hopefully have this uploaded shortly after I finish the live. I'll have it uploaded onto YouTube. So yeah, if you missed anything or you came in late, don't worry. You'll be able to tune in on our YouTube channel and figure that all out too. Maybe put me on 0.5 speed as I talk really fast, or 0.2 speed. I do that all the time with my YouTube videos. I watch them in speedy increments. Probably because I talk really fast. Maybe my brain just works super fast too. Just looking through the other comments here to see what we got, if I missed anybody on the way on TikTok here. I don't think I missed any questions, but I will stick around for a little bit. If you guys have any extra questions, drop them down in the chat. I will definitely try and get to those. Right now, I will look at Facebook and see if I missed any Facebook questions. Don't think I missed anything there. But yeah, I'll stick around for a couple more minutes, just to answer anybody's questions about the new brand that we got in, Artisan Raw. But yeah, I guess I can fill the time a little bit while I make sure there's no extra questions. I'll also have this table and the guaranteed analysis for all of the products in this nice little plastic folder attached to the Artisan fridge for anybody who is in Regina, Saskatchewan and wants to take a look at all of these cool things. I guess for those of you who are still sticking around, we also have a new kind of like supplement thingy going on in the back too, for some extra, like a little extra info kind of thing. Actually, no, I don't know how much of that I can talk about either. I don't want to spill the beans, but I always do because I like to talk about stuff. Okay, come in store and you can come see it. Other than that, I'll keep my mouth zipped. But I don't see any questions coming through right now from TikTok or Facebook. But like I said, we will be uploading this onto YouTube for you, so you can always check us out there. We field questions on our Instagram. You can always message us. We take phone calls or texts. So send us a question, send us a, I don't know, picture of your pets. I don't know. I like seeing pictures of pets. But yeah, you can reach us at any of those. We're also open in Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada, 11 to 6, Monday to Saturday. So we will be here tomorrow for the Bright Eyes Rescues puppies. So if you're in Regina and you want to come by and check out all the cute little puppers that will be here from Bright Eyes Rescue, you totally can. We would love to have everyone in here. Even if you just want to pet the pups and learn a little bit more about the rescue, totally do that too. But yeah. So we are open tomorrow with Bright Eyes Rescue. We are closed on Sunday, and then we open up again 11 to 6 on Monday and for the rest of the week. So stay tuned for anything new and fun. Don't be afraid to reach out with questions. But other than that, enjoy this rainy, gloomy day out there, and we will see you next week. Thanks for spending your Friday with us, guys. Have a good one.